Family history is really important with respect to teeth as far as when they first appear, and also then as to when they begin to disappear. And the usual first two teeth to come in are usually the two lower incisors on the lower jaw. Some people may lose teeth as early as age 5 or 6, and some may not lose that first tooth until 7 or 8. And then the whole issue about whether there's a tooth fairy, I'm going to leave to various parents to decide for themselves. But that particular exercise, and you can find wonderful tooth fairy books at pediatric dentist offices, it sometimes makes that whole experience quite memorable for the child. The other issue that I would make is that sometimes there'll be an injury to a toddler in which they may lose a tooth. And so that raises the issue, well, what do you do then? The baby teeth, or the so-called deciduous teeth, are placeholders, and they kind of preserve an arch. And sometimes if the tooth hasn't been really totally removed and maybe just discolors, most dentists and pediatricians would recommend that that tooth remain in place. If the tooth is totally absent, then a pediatric dentist ought to assess whether that arch is going to be preserved or not. The other issue then is when you go to a dentist for the first time, and many people realize that pediatricians often are the first dentists and the first tooth caregivers until about age 2. But I think seeing a dentist or a pediatric dentist by the time a child is age 2 is a very good habit for a child to get into. And there are some dentists who actually have no charge first-time visits for children under 2 just to get acquainted with their offices.